Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I have last come on here. I've been very busy and things are happening in my life, some that are good, some that are not so good, but you know, what can you do? So I thought I would come on here real quick and do a little chit chat video with you guys because there are some updates that I have to share with you all. So first and foremost, here's Kwame. Let me bring him up so that you can see he looks so cute. So he's wearing his Monica and Andy onesie. I don't know why I want to say sleeper. It's not a sleeper, it's a onesie. With the faces of the moon on it and some itty bitty baby booties. So first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched my last video, the Slytherin inspired video, because I I felt bad because the video really tanked on my channel. It was one of the worst in terms of like views and engagement. It was down at the bottom along with the criticism video, but with the criticism video I already knew that was happening. That didn't surprise me, so it didn't bother me that it didn't do very well. I already expected that happening, so I didn't mind. But with the Slytherin video, you know, it's such a short video and I did put a lot of effort into it. I don't know if it shows, but there's quite a bit of editing and time put into the video, so it was really a bummer and it was really upsetting that it didn't do very well. I was hoping that I would do better. Yesterday I had Hey There Spooky Face. I forget her name. I always get it confused. I'm not sure if it's Lex or Lexi, but yeah, Hey There Spooky Face. She watched my video and she also shared it, so I got a couple more views and comments on it, and that was really exciting. Like, I saw the notification on my phone very quickly because I was working. I was in the middle of my shift. But I saw the notification that she had shared the video and I literally squealed out of excitement. Hey There Spooky Face is one of the first reborn content creators that I watched on YouTube. In fact, she might have been my introduction to the reborn community with the documentary that she has up on her channel, which she didn't make, but you know, obviously she has that uploaded. And I saw that documentary through her channel, and that was literally my first introduction to the reborn world. And after that, I just kept watching different YouTubers and stuff. So I was really excited. And just like her, I really love fantasy babies and horror creatures, monsters, and all of that spooky, scary stuff. So I was really excited when I saw that she shared that video and she left a couple of comments as well. So, but really thank you to everyone who watched my video. Thank you to everyone who comments. That is really good for engagement. That just helps push the video to more people when there's a higher level of engagement. So thank you to everyone who watched it, who left a comment, you know, all of that good stuff. So, second of all, no, the thumbnail is not lying to you. I am indeed selling my reborn doll, but not this one. So I'm sorry if you got your hopes up, but Kwame, I mean, you know, people always say, oh, this is my forever baby. And then like 3 months later, they are selling their forever baby. So it's like, well, so much for the love. So I'm not going to say that he's a forever baby, but I really hope that I never have to sell him. I hope that it never comes, that my financial, cannot talk, my financial situation never gets to a point that I have to sell him. Even though right now I'm kind of not as comfortable as I would like, but I can't. The doll that I am selling though is my first reborn doll. So let me put Kwame down and pick her up so that you guys can see her. So here we are. This is the doll that I'm selling. I named her Sienna. This is my first reborn. And she is the Cheyenne sculpt by Alina Pearson. I've had her since October of 2021. I bought her directly from the artist. The artist I will not mention because I really don't have a lot of nice things to say about her. I mean, if someone were like seriously interested in her and asked me who the artist is, I will of course tell you. But the artist did not send like a birth certificate, a business card, anything with her. So she doesn't really have paperwork from the artist that painted her. And the Cheyenne sculpt is quite an old sculpt at this point, so I don't believe that Cheyenne comes with a COA. They're not produced with a COA, I believe. So she doesn't come with a COA. She doesn't have a birth certificate, unfortunately. I don't even know when she was made. The artist really did not include anything with her. So yeah, you guys saw her briefly in my Christmas Reborn video, but I haven't really featured her on my channel because I never bonded with this baby, unfortunately. I really, really wanted to love her. The Cheyenne sculpt was the very first sculpt that I fell in love with. I just think it's one of those sculpts that is impossible to mess up. She just has such a sweet face. She's so cute. Let me bring her up closer to you guys. Isn't she cute? She's so sweet. She has like that perfect blank expression. She's just really sweet. And I was looking for just the perfect Cheyenne, and she was the one. She was painted how I wanted her to be painted, with the skin color, the painted hair, the brown eyes. A lot of people love to put blue eyes on Cheyenne. I'm personally not a fan of blue eyes. Nothing against them. It's just, they're not my thing. I prefer brown eyes. And she was at a price that I felt comfortable paying, you know. It was the price that I could afford at the time. But the seller, or the artist, I should say, the artist was very dishonest about a lot of things. And really, the whole transaction and everything that transpired just made this a bad experience for myself and left a sour taste in my mouth that when I received her, I just felt disappointed by a lot of things. So yeah, it just got to the point where I have to make space because I just have a baby that I know that somebody else could love much more than I ever could. So I want to give someone else the opportunity. So I am parting with her. Poor sweet girl. And because I am an honest person, I will admit that this baby has some flaws to her painting, which the artist did not let me know about, but I did notice. On this hand, she has some like buildup. I'm not sure if the artist like tried to do the dry skin effect, but it certainly doesn't look like that. It just looks like buildup from the varnish on this hand, and then her lashes really aren't applied very well. That's just whatever kind of mistake or defect that you find on this doll, that's how the doll came to me. I have kept her in pristine condition from the way that I have received her. She didn't arrive to me very well packaged at all. So there are, you know, like her lashes were kind of warped and funny in some places, and that's just how she came to me. Because I really haven't been like handling this doll very much. And I'm always super gentle with my babies. So whatever things that you see, that's just how she arrived to me. But the major flaws that I have to mention is the one on the hands. The eyelashes, which are glued, they're not rooted eyelashes, they're glued eyelashes, and they're not applied very nicely. In fact, I believe that they were a last minute decision from the artist and they were applied very hastily, because this doll, when she was sent, she had like a little strip of adhesive coming down one of her cheeks, and I'm suspecting that it's from her eyelashes because they were a last minute decision. Then besides that, there's a spot like right on her temple here that the camera doesn't really pick up at all. I've tried to take pictures of this because, like I said, I want to be honest. And I don't want the next person to receive this doll to have the same experience and disappointment that I had, because the person, the artist, was not honest about her work. It's really difficult to see, but she has like this part right here, which is lighter in color, because I really don't know. It almost seems like the artist just erased some of the color that she had put down to then put a vein there. And just, there's a little, yeah, it's just a little patch where she's lighter in color. But she has some veining like on her face. She has this one right here, one that goes like right across her nose. She has a little bit of veining on her hands and on her feet as well, which are covered right now, so you can't really see it. But it's very faint, so the camera also doesn't pick it up very well. But those are about like all of the details that she has. She's very much like one solid color, except that the palms of her hands and the bottom of her feet are lighter. But yeah, so she doesn't really have a lot of like blushing or anything to her. She's pretty much one color. She looks more like a doll than she looks like a real baby. But she's just really sweet. Like, she has a sweet face. She's also really nice and heavy, actually, for how tiny she is. She's heavy. And of course, Cheyenne is a 3/4 limb sculpt, so she's also super, super, super floppy, like incredibly floppy and flexible, which just kind of adds some artificial weight, so to speak, to her because she's so floppy. So she's nice and cuddly. She's a very sweet doll. She really is. I just didn't bond with her because I didn't have a nice experience with the artist. But I will try my best to make the experience for her next mommy or daddy or whoever, her next parent, to be a nice one. So I am including some things with her. I will be wrapping her up in this blanket because the blanket that the artist sent with her when she came to me is this one. And like, can you guys see this? Like, this is paper. This is super thin. And this was the only thing wrapped around her. She didn't have bubble wrap. She didn't have a diaper covering her face. She didn't have anything. She was just wrapped in that little flimsy blanket. Nothing protecting her, just thrown in a box, and that's it. So I'll probably send this, but like to line the bottom of the box and the sides. Not wrapping her up in that one. I'll be using this one. And then she's coming with a bunch of goodies, which I have photographed. I have a photo on my community tab. I have the post of her sale, and I have a couple of pictures, and I have a picture of everything that's coming with her, clothing and accessories wise. But like, this is, yeah, this is like this huge thing full of clothes and accessories. I will be sending this. I won't be sending it in this plastic thing. I just keep everything in here so that they don't get confused with the rest of my clothing, because I have to make space in my drawers for my stuff. So I took everything that I'll be sending home with her out, and I just keep it in here to keep it dust free. So that's why everything is in here. But I will be like properly wrapping everything up in wrapping paper, so that the person who purchases this doll can do like a proper box opening and have a really nice experience. So yeah, I just think that she is a really sweet girl. I think that she would be ideal for like a first time reborn collector if that person is very young, maybe a child or a teenager. That you might be kind of afraid to give a very expensive doll with a lot of details to it. Because if you're not sure about how they're going to treat the doll or how well that they will take care of it, I feel like she's a really good option for much younger reborn collectors. And if you're a parent, you're looking for a gift for your little one, I think that she's a nice gift. So I am asking $250 for her, and that is exactly the amount that I paid for her. But like I said, she came to me in a box with nothing and very poorly wrapped. And I will be wrapping her up very nicely. I will be sending her with a lot of stuff, and that price, 250, that already includes the price of shipping to the US and to Puerto Rico. Not sending her internationally, I'm kind of afraid of sending something internationally and getting that lost in the mail, because that's just one of those unfortunate situations where both parties have lost money essentially, and nobody wants that. And the buyer wants their money back. The seller doesn't want to give a refund because it wasn't their fault that the package got lost, and they cannot recuperate that. Yeah, it's just one of those unfortunate situations, and I don't want to get myself involved in that. So I'm a little bit scared of sending internationally, but to United States and to Puerto Rico, I will be shipping her. And if you are from Puerto Rico and you want to pick her up, depends on your area. I can't travel very far, but if you can, just let me know. You can totally pick her up and have this sweet girl with you. Immediately, I accept payments through PayPal, and to people in Puerto Rico, ATH Móvil. So, yeah, that's my little girl. So the last bit of last update that I want to share with you guys is that I am getting a new doll. That's also part of the reason why I'm parting with my first reborn. It's number one because I never bonded with her. Number two because I really need to make up some space, and number three because I'm getting a new doll. So I want to make space for that little one and his things and where he's gonna be placed. And also obviously to cover the costs of everything. Like I said, right now I don't want to say that I'm struggling financially. I'm not, but I'm not doing as well as I would like. A lot of payments like came up all at the same time. Also for that other doll, in case you're wondering, I can do payment plans. I can do holds for her, like a layaway. But if you do that, please understand that the deposit that you're going to put towards the doll is non-refundable. I'm not going to give that money back to you if later on you regret it, you decide that you don't want to get her or you can't get her. That's fine, but I will keep that money. I will not be giving that money back to you, because that's exactly how layaways work. If you go to a store and you put something aside and you give a deposit, that deposit is not given back to you if you decide later on that you cannot pay for the item or you don't want the item anymore. The store keeps that money. So I'm doing the same policy. I had someone very interested in Sienna, and she gave me like a deposit to get her reserved. And the very next day she was like, "Oh no, something came up." And because I totally forgot, like this was on me, I forgot to make it clear that the deposit would be non-refundable. I did end up, giving her money back, and also she was going through something, it was out of her control. But yeah, it did impact me because on that same day I had to pay some bills, and the bills were like they had built up from a couple of months from me not paying it. So it was money that I really depended on, that I thought I had secure. And after I paid my bills and her message came in that she couldn't pay for the doll, and I had to give her money back because I didn't make it clear at the time of purchase that deposit would be non-refundable. So just to be clear and honest, if you decide to get my other little one and you want to reserve her or put her away, I have payment plans available, but that money is non-refundable. But yeah, I'm really excited for my next little one. I cannot wait to share him with you all. Yes, he will be a little boy. And he's just beautiful, and he's so unique. I cannot wait to share him with you guys. But I am doing payment plans on him as well. So we'll see when I finally get to share him with you all. So yeah, I think that's everything. I hope that you guys have an amazing weekend. And I will see you again in the future. Bye bye.